Alright, this is my part 2 of the 2002 Yamaha yzf600r. The first video I did was replace the chain. That's my new chain. I said I was going to do another video on actually lowering the ass end of it. Basically what you do is, I'm going to try to get that up underneath there to where you can see it. Alright, there is the new one. I know the quality of the video sucks, but there's your lowering link. You have a bolt up top, and you got a bolt down there at the bottom. Well, I don't know if you can see it. It's right back up in there. Basically what you do is, it takes roughly 2 people to sit there and do it, and of course I probably didn't do it the right way, but it worked for me. I got a little scissor jack and placed it right back up underneath the tire, right up here and here, because whenever you go to drop the bike, this whole ass end right here is going to just drop straight to the ground. The tire is going to be up underneath the bottom of the seat, and it will not move. It won't roll or anything like that. Okay, so you take out your 2 bolts, top and bottom. Make sure that you have it lifted just a little bit to where it's snug. All right. Then you take out your 2 bolts down there at the bottom. You order your lowering links. All right. Now, when you take those out, you want to make sure that you've got your jack, extended up to the bottom of your fairing. That way it relieves some of that pressure. Alright, and then just kind of take the bolt on out. Alright, now once you take the bolts out, you want to sit there and just kind of jiggle them around a little bit, make sure that they're loose. If they're not loose, raise the ass end up a little bit or drop it down a little bit. Alright, make sure the bike is in gear so it doesn't roll back on you or anything like that. Sit there and take your 2 bolts out. Alright, sit there and pull your lower links out, put your new ones in. Do the top first. Make sure that whenever you slide your new bolt in, there's a sleeve that will actually come out. Alright, make sure that sleeve stays in there, because you've got roller pins all the way around that inner tubing of the lower link, or the bracket that the bolt slides through. So make sure that you do not damage those. Okay, so put your top in first, bolt it in, kind of snug it just a little bit, and then bolt it into your bottom. Alright, and like I said, as you need it, raise the jack up or down. Alright, and then put in your lower one. Now I dropped mine probably about an inch, and looking at the front and the back, it's actually pretty level. The only thing that I have to do is, anytime that you lower these things, your kickstand is actually going to be off, because you're lower to the ground, so the bike's not going to lean in properly like it should be. Alright, so be prepared for this. Alright, and what I'm going to do is, I'm going to take this foot right here, and I'm going to cut it off. Alright, I'm actually going to cut it off to about here, cut that section out, and then take this bottom foot and re-weld it to the bottom of the stand. Now I could probably sit there and go out and just buy a new kickstand that's already done up the whole 9 yards, but looking on eBay for one that's nice and all that, I'm looking at about $150 to $200 just for a damn kickstand. I'm not paying that. So probably what I'll wind up doing is ordering a slab, or not a slab, but a sheet of aluminum, roughly about maybe a 1/4 inch thick, maybe 3/4, and I will cut my own design out and then drop it into place. That way I've got something unique. It's mine. Nobody else has got it. So just remember, whenever you drop your bike, make sure that make sure you do something with the kickstand. Okay. If not, you're gonna run into a problem. All right. All in all, basically started cleaning up the back rim. I've got to get some aircraft stripper, because I guess the back tire was actually painted black at one point in time, so I want to clean all that up. I want to clean that sprocket up real good, make it shine. There's quite a few pieces on here that I'm going to pull and go ahead and kind of buff out and, you know, make them shine and all that kind of good stuff. Another thing that I did was I took the big ass muffler off the side of it, and let's see, let me get it right here. I put a new exhaust tip on. It sounds a lot better, a lot more aggressive. It flows. When I actually go into turns, I'm not going real hard into the turns. So for right now, that works. Now what I'm going to wind up doing is taking the ass end, the back piece here. I'm going to actually buy a new one and extend the tire out just a little bit to where I can take the exhaust and run it up through the actual, let's see if I can get a good picture of it, from the tire and the frame here. And that way I can bring it up and then up underneath the seat, you know, to the back, because I've got a little bit of room back there that I can sit there and do that and run it like that, or I may sit there and find a different way to do it. But I picked that up at Advanced Auto Parts. It cost me $26. Bolts right on. Had to get a little sleeve put on there, make sure it was right and all that kind of good stuff. So alright, so that's pretty much how I did it as far as dropping my bike. Pretty simple, kind of a pain in the butt. So you guys have fun.